Yes, I can.
Nice to hear you. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. And now we will start. Now, how was your day? Regular day, weekend day? Did you do something interesting, new, something fun?
I just went to my grandparents' house today,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing special.
Nothing special. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me, okay, what do you usually do when you are with your grandparents? What is something that you usually do when you're with your grandparents?
I think it's pretty straightforward. I have like nothing to say.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here a really nice and interesting lesson. Okay, our lesson, I found some materials. The question is, do the teens have too much to do? Okay, I want to ask you, comparing to you and your friends. Okay, now, uh, do you have too much to do during the day or during the week?
I have nothing
Mhm.
special.
Okay, can you describe, for example, one of your days? What is something that you usually do on one of your days when you have time? So what is something that you usually do on one of your days?
So
Which
just I
which day is the busiest day? Okay, let's try. Which day is the busiest day in your uh in a week?
I think definitely Monday.
Monday. Okay, why Monday?
Monday
Can you please tell me why Monday?
because I have to study from 7 a.m.
Mhm.
to 9 p.m., reaching 16 hours, which is extremely wasting. It's extremely tired.
Mhm.
And the
Extreme.
second busiest day is Wednesday, reach about 14 hours. And the freest day is definitely um Saturday. Today, only 1 hour.
Mhm. Only. Okay, and which day is not so busy? Okay, can you please tell me now? Which day is not so busy for you?
I think that definitely weekend
Mm-hmm. Weekend? Why weekend?
because I have not much thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, and what do you think about during your let's say during your days in school? Do you have, in your opinion, do you have too much to do?
I definitely have too much to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why do you think so? Why?
Because that right now in grade 9, you already know, which means the test and which in tests are the things that happen literally every day,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
which make me completely dried out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, completely. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, and now uh, we have here a really nice lesson about. Let's take a look on this. Okay, now I will share my screen. Okay, now can you please read read this text? Okay, can you please read this text?
Do teens have too much to do? Some people say that teens have to do too much to do. Others suggest that busy schedules prepare teens for the real world. What do you think? Here's a schedule you might recognize. Wake up at 5:30 a.m., finishing up homework, go to school for 6 hours, head to sport practice, babysit or flip burgers until 8 p.m., go home, wolf, wolf out, wolf down dinner, practice piano, do more homework, hit the pillow at midnight. Too much? Some people think so. Parents and teachers around the country are saying the schedules like this are way too full for young people. They say that without sufficient downtime, a teen's physical and mental health can be seriously damaged. But others say that a busy schedule is good for teens. They claim that keeping busy teaches them about the real world and prepare them for the future. They also say that having a lot of trouble activities keep teens out of trouble. What do you think? Is it possible for teen to do too much?
So what do you think about this? With which one do you agree? Is this too much or not too much? So what do you think about this?
It's normal.
Normal. Okay, and can you describe, for example, your day in your school? Okay, for example, Monday, what do you usually do on Monday? Can you try to describe what time do you wake up? What do you do? Can you try to do that for me, please?
So I wake up at 6. I'm like wake up at 6. I do things like brush my teeth, go to toilet. It took about 10 minutes. I eat breakfast for 15 minutes and prepared breakfast and prepared the uniforms. It took me 5 minutes. And I go to school at 6:35. By waiting my mother for 10 minutes for her to prepare for herself. And I studied. Let's example, it's a normal day, which is Tuesday. That's I studied to 4:30, and I'm like pick up my sister, my younger sister, at her kindergarten at around 4:40. I will cook dinner in 5. No, call it cook, but I'm just like doing small work, like preparing the rice, preparing vegetables and the meat, etc. I will have about 45 minutes of rest after I finish all the work between 5:30 and 6:50. Dinner starts at around, let me see, dinner starts about like 6:30. And that day is I have to wash the dishes, which took me 40 minutes. And after that, I have 30 minutes to rest before I start doing my homework. And I do my homework for about 2 hours.
Yes.
Before I'm doing like homework for 2 hours before I brush my teeth and go to toilet at about 10:55.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm aware of this. Okay. That is quite quite nice. Okay. And what do you think? What do you think about other activities? Okay. So we have here one not school activities. What not school activities do you usually do? Okay. So not school activities. What is something that? What are some not school activities that you usually do?
Not school activity.
Yes, not school activities.
I'm not doing much not at school activity because I'm tired. I don't have time, so I can't sit because I don't know.
Would you like to have more activities? Okay. Would you like, for example, to have more activities beside your school? Would you like to have more free time?
Yes. And I will have more free time in about 3 months.
From now, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you have any plans? For example, what is something that you will do in your let's say in your free time when you have a more free time? What is something that you would like to do more in your free time?
So in my free time, that's I often playing computer games and playing cards with my brother.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now we have here. Okay, and what other games, for example, would you like to have more in the future?
Have more in the future. I think that is like let me think. Probably just some normal things. Maybe that the games company will probably try to make some more products.
Okay, make more products. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, so we have here okay, really nice and interesting things. Now we have here yes and no. Okay, now can you please read this part, yes and no?
Okay. Yes. This has nothing to do with laziness. This is about priorities and realistic expectations. Teens are so busy these days that they can't focus on the things that are really important, like being healthy and happy. Good grades are important. So are sports and part-time jobs. But still, teens need time to relax and have fun, just like everyone else. This is just another argument in defense of laziness. It's a hard work, and sooner teens accept this. The sooner the teens accept this, the better. The more they work now, the less difficult it will be for them to deal with the stressful world of adults. Life isn't going to get any easier. Sheltering teens from hard work won't help anything. People who think differently are fooling themselves.
Okay, so which one do you agree with, yes or no? So what do you think, yes or no? So with which one do you agree here?
I think that I agree with yes.
Okay, and why with yes? Why did you choose yes?
Because teenagers nowadays, as it said, is very busy with the schedule and have barely any time for themselves. Everybody need time for themselves. That's the real fact that we can't deny.
So you need more time for yourself. Okay, and what is something that you would do if you have more time for yourself? Is there anything that you would? What is something that you would do if you have more time for yourself?
I think I would just like keep up with my hobby.
Okay, like what hobbies?
Probably so keep up my hobby like playing some video games and playing cards with my brother.
Okay, yes. Okay, so this is something that can be really nice and useful for yourself. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here. Okay, this part. I want to ask you about comparing to your brother. Who has more time for these activities, you or your brother? When you compare.
Definitely my brother. Because he's younger than me, he's not experiencing the stressful test coming.
Okay,
So
but
he have more time than me.
But in the future, he will have the same thing as you do now. Is that right?
Yeah. He will suffer the same thing. He will suffer the same thing.
Okay, so he will have the same things. Okay, and comparing with both of you, in which subjects, for example, you are good at, and in which subjects he is good at?
The subject that he good at
Yes, in which subjects?
is English and math.
English and math.
English and math.
Okay, why English? Why did you choose these subjects? Why?
My brother, he's have a hobby in this, so I'm sure that this is a subject that he is interesting and have talent at.
Okay, and your brother, in which subject he is good?
his brother, as I said before, it's English and math.
English and math. Okay.
English and math.
Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, now we have here English and math. These are okay. Now let's see. And I want to ask you. Okay, we have here something that can be really interesting about these topics. Now, okay, this is interesting thing about historical treasure. Okay, so you mentioned earlier before about some treasures that people that Vietnam has. So what is something, if you find a historical treasure, something that is it's part of the history, would you keep it, or what would you do? If you, for example, you find,
I think that's historical treasure. I think we just in Vietnam. What?
I cannot hear you clearly. Can you say one more time, because
Say
I cannot
again?
hear you. I cannot hear you clearly. Maybe your connection is not good. Okay, so
Yes.
okay, so if you find historical treasure, okay, so what is something
Yes.
that you would do with historical treasure?
Wait, I cannot hear you clearly.
Okay,
I think that this is the worst connection.
Can you hear
I
me?
can't choose anything because this is actually my. This is extremely bad.
Your connection is not good.
Yes, because this is the worst room. I'm not actually in my grandparents' house. I'm in a my my mother. My mother has a father, and I'm in his house, which internet connection is extremely poor. I'm convinced my my class at a different time, but he not agree. She not.
Yes. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. But it's extremely poor.
Okay. Watch the chat. Look at the chat.
Yeah.